NFPA 70E Standard for Electrical Safety in the Workplace 2023 edition, Section 13.51, General Requirements for Eyewash and Shower Equipment, addresses the placement of eyewash stations. Paragraph A. Location. Subparagraph 1 states that eyewash fountains and drench showers shall be located within the work area for the hazard, or within 50 feet, which is 15.2 meters from the hazard location, and shall be accessible for immediate emergency use. Section 13.5 1.1 Eyewash fountains. Paragraph C. Accessibility. Subparagraph 2 states that eyewash fountains shall be located on the same level as the hazard. If the hazard is on a different level, adequate access to the eyewash fountain shall be provided. Subparagraph 3 states that the minimum vertical distance from the floor or working surface to the eyewash fountain shall be 45 inches, which is 1143 millimeters. Subparagraph 4 states that where the eyewash fountain is not readily visible from the hazard area, signage shall be provided to indicate the location of the eyewash fountain. The signage shall comply with Section 13.6 1.1 Paragraph A. Therefore, according to NFPA 70E, eyewash stations can be installed up to 50 feet or 15.2 meters away from electrical panels. It is important to understand the implications of each part of Section 13.51. Firstly, the primary requirement is that the eyewash station or drench shower must be located either within the immediate work area of the electrical hazard or, if that is not feasible, within 50 feet of the hazard. This 50-foot distance is a maximum, and the closer the station is to the hazard, the better. Secondly, accessibility is key. The standard emphasizes immediate emergency use. This means the path to the eyewash station must be clear of obstructions and easily navigable, even in a panic state. Consideration should be given to potential obstacles, poor lighting conditions, or slippery surfaces that could impede someone reaching the station quickly. Thirdly, if the electrical hazard exists on a different level than the eyewash station, adequate access must be provided. This could involve ensuring clearly marked and easily accessible stairs or ramps. The means of access should be well lit and free of hazards. Fourthly, the height of the eyewash fountain is specified to ensure ease of use. The minimum vertical distance from the floor or working surface to the eyewash fountain must be 45 inches, which is 1143 millimeters. This height is intended to accommodate a wide range of users and ensure the fountain is at a comfortable level for flushing the eyes. Fifthly, visibility is important. If the eyewash fountain is not readily visible from the hazard area, signage is required to indicate its location. The signage must comply with Section 13.6 1.1 Paragraph A, which likely refers to specific requirements for the size, color, and content of the sign. The sign should be easily recognizable and understandable, even under stressful conditions. The overall intent of these requirements is to ensure that workers exposed to electrical hazards have immediate access to effective first aid in the event of an accident. Quick and effective flushing of the eyes can significantly reduce the severity of injuries caused by electrical arcs, chemical splashes, or other hazards. Regular inspections of eyewash stations should be conducted to ensure they are in proper working order and that access is not obstructed. Staff training should also be provided to ensure that workers know the location of eyewash stations and how to use them correctly. In addition to the requirements outlined in NFPA 70E, it is important to consult other relevant standards and regulations, such as those issued by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, as well as any applicable state or local requirements. These regulations may have additional or more stringent requirements for eyewash stations. Consider the specific electrical hazards present in the workplace when determining the appropriate location for eyewash stations. For example, if workers are regularly exposed to the risk of electrical arcs, the eyewash station should be located as close as possible to the work area to minimize the time it takes to reach it. If the work area is large, multiple eyewash stations may be needed to ensure that all workers have adequate access. The type of eyewash station should also be appropriate for the hazards present. For example, a planned eyewash station that provides a continuous flow of water may be more suitable for areas where workers are exposed to chemicals, while a self-contained eyewash station may be adequate for areas where the risk of exposure is lower. The water supply for eyewash stations should be potable and maintained at a temperature that is comfortable for flushing the eyes. ANSI 358.1 specifies the temperature range for eyewash stations. Regularly flush eyewash stations to ensure that the water is clean and free of contaminants. This will also help to prevent the growth of bacteria and other microorganisms. Maintain a written record of all inspections and maintenance performed on eyewash stations. This record should include the date of the inspection, the name of the person who performed the inspection, and any findings or corrective actions taken. Periodically review the location of eyewash stations to ensure that they are still appropriate for the hazards present. Changes in the workplace may require that eyewash stations be relocated or that additional stations be installed. By following these guidelines, employers can help to ensure that workers exposed to electrical hazards have access to effective first aid in the event of an accident. This can help to reduce the severity of injuries and protect workers' health and safety.